Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday morning. This is my weekly YouTube live that I do at 11 o'clock on Eastern time every Wednesday, Lord willing. And today I have a fun fold for you, which I rarely do. I don't do fun folds, but this one is super quick and easy. And if I can do it, you by all means can do it. So we're going to dive into that in just a moment. I'm going to talk about the product that we're using and all the things. So my name is Jamie. I am with Stampin' Up with Jamie. I am a Stampin' Up independent demonstrator for 7 years now in upstate New York. And just having such a blast and love sharing all things paper crafting, helping, answering questions. So by all means, if you're catching this live or catching the replay, and as I'm going along, if you have questions, drop them in the chat. I'd love to help. I'd love to answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll certainly do some digging to hopefully get the answer for you. Okay, I have 2 housekeeping announcements I want to give, but if you saw on Facebook or Instagram, I asked, are you a betting person? Do you like to take chances? Are you risky? Do you take a risk? Do you, yeah, what's that word? Are you a risk taker? That's what I was trying to say. Because I was supposed to have like handyman guy show up at the house this morning at 8:30. And he didn't show up at 8:30, didn't show up at 8:45, didn't show up at 9 o'clock. So I reached out to the person that's kind of been the go-between between us. And she goes, yeah, he's going to be there later today. I'm like, what does that mean? What is later today? Is that noon? Is that 1? Is that 4? Like later today is such a broad answer. And I thought, well, later today is probably not 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm still going to do my live and we're going to hope that he doesn't show up at my front door. I am not a risk taker. I am not a gambler. I'm not one to take like too many chances, but I think with this one, like later today, right? It's like, it's not 11 o'clock in the morning. So anyways, if he knocks on my door, I'm going to have to like either ignore him or wrap up really quickly, just so you know. So, yeah, Jude, you know what's funny is I got up this morning. I like got up, got breakfast, took a shower, did my hair. I'm like, I'm ready for him. And then he doesn't show. And I'm like, come on, I could have moved a little slower this morning, but it's okay. I'm all ready. We're here. Lord willing, he doesn't come knocking on my door. That would be really awkward. Anyways, so my 2 housekeeping things. 1, today, March 1st, happy March. Stampin' Up is starting their online exclusive line, their product line. It's items that are going to be offered exclusively online, hence the name, outside of a catalog publication. Okay, so you can go on there. There's a banner when you first go on the website, and you can click on that, and it'll show you all sorts of things. There's a couple, 3, I think, bundles. There's some circle punches. There's some ribbon. There's kits there. A whole bunch of stuff. The important thing to know about this online exclusive line is if you see it in the online store, it's available. If you see it in the online store, but it has a currently unavailable, like red thing on it, that means it's sold out, but it will be replenished. If you don't see it on the online store, it is sold out and no longer available and will not be replenished. Okay. So this is something kind of new they're trying. And so it's going to take some kind of getting used to navigating what's available, what's not available, what's coming back, what's not coming back. Right now, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's available, but slowly they will start to kind of sell out over the course of a couple of months. I'm hoping. I have no idea how long it's going to take. But so rule of thumb, if you see it there, it's available. If you see it there, but it says currently unavailable, it's sold out, but will be restocked. If you don't see it in the online store at all, it's gone, it's sold out, no longer available, won't be replenished. Okay. Second thing I want to know or share or say, good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh, all my papers just fell. Good morning, Terry. You know you will, Terry. I'm taking my chances. I'm like, I gotta do my live. I can't do it tomorrow. This afternoon's kind of crazy. I'm like, this is my window. I have to do it. Good morning, Brenda. Believe it or not, end of March, demonstrators actually get to preview the 2023-2024 annual catalog. How we're already talking annual catalog, I don't know. It came super fast, but we will get to preview it, which means beginning of April, I'm ordering them and I will ship them out. And we're going to talk about that a little later this month. But I've offered this in the past. If you were a customer, if I've been around a hot second, you'll know. Our catalogs come like this, our annual catalogs. Oh, I accented that weird. This is 184 pages. It's thick and big and beautiful and glorious, but it can be a little awkward to flip through. As you can see, it doesn't lay flat. If you're looking at the beginning, it's going to want to close. So what I offer, anyone that places a $75 order in the month of March will automatically get an upgraded spiral bound catalog when I mail them out in April. Okay. These are nice because you can fully open them. They flip onto itself. So you can like literally lay the book flat. You can open up to the beginning of the book catalog thing and it won't close on you. It'll stay open, right? So spiral binding, it's huge. If you have had one of my it's like once you go spiral binding, you kind of never go back. It's like one of those. So if you place anybody that places a $75 order through my store, this is something that I'm offering, you will automatically get upgraded and mailed a spiral bound catalog when I mail them out in April. Okay. It's worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's so much easier to navigate. Okay. So $75, get them in. It could be today. It could be the 31st of March. 31 days in March. Doesn't matter. Anyone that places a $75 order in March will get upgraded. It's worth it. They're the best. I'm telling you right now. Makes a huge difference. Okay, let's dive in because, I can't sit here and chit chat all day in case he shows up. Good morning, Patricia. How is everyone this morning? Everyone doing well? I'm doing a fun fold. Like, who even am I? I don't know. I don't do fun folds. I do quick and simple and easy. But this fun fold is kind of quick and easy and simple. So this is my fun fold. Oh, shoot. Karen told me what it was called. My downline, she does fun folds and she does really extravagant, amazing ones. And I was like, Karen. And she told me yesterday. I'm forgetting what it's called. If you know, let me know. Oh, hold on. I forgot to switch. There we go. Okay. So it has a little belly band and then it just opens and I threw the sentiment on the inside. I don't know why I've been doing this a lot with this set. But I made a bunny version of it. I made a fox version of it. And I made a cute little turtle version of it. So using just different colors, pulling out the different images, using heavily on the designer series paper. So cute, so easy. I'm going to give you all the measurements. I'm going to walk you through, and then I want you to make one because really, you could swap out the image, you could swap out the ribbon, you can swap out the designer paper and make it work for just anything that you have on hand. It's so easy. But this is the one we're going to be using. In addition, I made some other cards with this Playing in the Rain or bundle or the Rain or Shine Sweet collection. So my card on Monday, and I honestly, guys, I didn't do this on purpose, but apparently I really like this kind of design because I did basically the same thing. I'm sorry. I realized it this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks really similar to yesterday's card. This was the yesterday's card. I love that embossing raindrops folder. So pretty. And again, I tucked the sentiment on the inside. I really like, I guess, the bunny with the puddle and the umbrella. I don't know. This is today's card. Tomorrow's card, I created a scene. Isn't he so cute? Mr. Turtle is so adorable. I love how the dies come with these extra coordinating images. Like there's a stump, there's some grass, there's a bridge, which I didn't use in any of my cards. And I don't know how that's possible, but relying on the designer paper for the background. And then I kind of created this sort of hill. I wanted it to kind of be rolling. I initially started off with it straight and I didn't like it straight. So, but using a mix of designer paper, stamped images, and the sentiment. So cute. How adorable is that? And then this one I saw a similar card, another, I think it's a demonstrator or someone else made. And I've seen it a couple times, so I can't give the original person credit, but it's not an original idea to me. I just want to make that super clear. I cut out the umbrellas from one of the patterns in the designer series paper and just kind of cascaded them down. You'll see the light catches that paper. Of course, there we go. It's a specialty paper. It has almost like this gloss over it. It's really cool. And then I'm not going to show these online, but I needed some note cards because I'm always making, there's Karen. Karen, I was just talking about you. Karen, what's the name of this fun fold? You told me yesterday. I don't remember. Go catch Karen. Go follow Karen on Facebook, Creative Stamping Designs. She does amazing fun folds. But I needed a bunch of note cards. So I just cut out these different animal images and made really quick and simple note cards. So fun, so easy, my kind of jam. Okay, let's dive in. I gotta hurry up. The man's gonna be here. I did cut all my cardstock, but I did not score any of it. We are going to score it live together. Okay. So my card base, and I made little tabbies because I figured you guys might appreciate that. That's what we do for Stamp Camp. It's a gatefold card. Thank you. My friend Zara taught me that, whom I do Stamp Camp with. So shout out to Zara. My card base is 5.5 by 8.5. This is Balmy Blue. And then we're going to score at 2 1/8 and then 6 3/8. So 2 1/8. Make sure you don't accidentally cut. You want to score. I mean, I guess I could just flip it over and do 2 1/8 from the other way too. Okay. Why doesn't that look right? Wow, it doesn't look right, but I think it's right. Let's see. Wow, it did not. That was like an optical illusion. That didn't look right, but we're good. So you're starting off with, 8.5, and you're basically scoring in 2 1/8 and 2 1/8, or 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. Okay. So that's that. Then we're going to make some panels. So here are our panel measurements. Sorry, my handwriting isn't the best. I truly, when you guys send me cards or whatever, and I see your beautiful handwriting, I have handwriting envy. I wish I just don't have the patience, I think, to write nice and neatly. But anyways, I appreciate your beautiful handwriting. So I have 2 pieces of basic white that are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And then 2 pieces of the designer paper, which is 1 3/4 by 5 1/8. Now, the paper comes like this, right? It's 12 by 12. It's beautiful. It's got this little shine to it. And I wanted more the raindrops that were kind of less. I didn't want like a deluge. Is that the word? Of rain. I wanted a sprinkle of rain. So I cut off the bottom and used the ones that were not quite so intense. And we're just going to adhere these over one another. So one panel. Someone yesterday asked me over on Instagram, how do I line up my adhering? Like when I'm adhering one thing over the other, how do I line it up so well? And honestly, excuse me, I always try and line up one corner, and it's usually the upper left-hand corner. I don't know why. That's just what I do. But I kind of line up, in this case, this corner here. And if I get this 90-degree angle and this 90-degree angle, well, I guess it's 190-degree angle. But if I line them up, and if my measurements are cut correct, when I lay down, it should, it's not 100%, but it should lay evenly spaced. So that's just my little tip. That's what I do. I line up one corner, and if my measurements were cut correct, then in theory, they should all lay nicely and even. Now, it's not foolproof, obviously, but it'll set you up for success, hopefully. Okay, I do too. I love this DSP. I have to say, hold on. There is this one. If you wanted a more intense rain, this is like full on storm. This is like hurricane hitting. It's not necessarily my favorite because I don't know, I like the more positive images, and this is like cute rain, and that's like scary rain. And it's also why I didn't use the fox very much, because he looks so serious. He looks like he just could use a hug. Someone give the fox a hug. Whereas the bunny and the turtles were happier looking. So I relied a little bit more on that and less on the fox and the hurricane rain. Okay, now we're going to create a belly band, and I have a panel of basic black, which is 2 by 8.5. You don't need the full 8.5. It's a little much. It's a little longer than you actually need, but it's already cut. Unless you want to trim it, it can stay that length. And we're going to score the black. I didn't write down the color, but we're going to score it 3 and then 7 3/8. So 3, and then I got to get out my arm. 7 3/8. Okay. I like the happy rain much better too, right? That other rain's a bit intense. It's like, whoa. I want a happy card, not a like, sorry, the storm is a brewing. I don't know. I mean, it has its place, but it's not necessarily what I was. You know what I'm trying to say before I put my foot in my mouth more than I already am. Okay, so one is significantly longer. I don't know if you can see that. So see how that's almost to the edge. This one's not. This one's more in the center. So this is the one I want on top. And I'm going to put adhesive on the top of that one and the bottom of this one. You can also use tear and tape. You can also use glue dots. And I'm going to loosely close my band. This is key. So if you see, it's like a little open. It's not completely sealed shut, right? It's got a little give. If I really got it super tight and closed, you're not going to be able to get your card in it. So you want it tight enough where it's not, of course, now it's going to go in. There we go. You want it tight enough where, it's not slipping off, but you don't want it too tight where you can't even get it in. So I found the 3 scored a 3 and 7 3/8 was like a good match. I lost my basic white panel. I did. What did I? I had it cut. I know I cut it. Where'd you go? Well, I might have to cut another one. I have no idea where my basic white. I had a basic white panel. Hold on. So you need a white, which is 1 7/8 by 4 1/4. And this is going to go right on our front of our basic black there. You could do any color. You could do another pattern of designer paper. So these are kind of just like the bones of the measurements. You could do a band in designer series paper, like so much flexibility, and just like the general layout of the card. You can do so much or so little. So why does that not want to go in that side when I do this? There you go. Okay. So that's like the bones of it. From here, I'm going to wrap around some balmy blue. Actually, you know what? I don't know if this is enough. Yeah, this is enough. Some balmy blue ribbon. I wrapped it all the way around, which is kind of overkill because you don't see the back. I could have just wrapped it around the white, but by the time I designed and I realized I wanted ribbon, I had already glued down the basic white. So we're wrapping it around the whole thing. And honestly, why not? I mean, you get 10 yards of ribbon. There's plenty of ribbon to use with an abundant mindset and not a scarcity mindset. So I want my ribbon to kind of be over to the left, and I can fiddle with this a little bit more. And personally, I like big, chunky bows. If I'm going to do a bow and not do a fork bow, it's going to be a big, chunky bow. Just my style. So, there we go. I'm going to pull it through and kind of fuss with it. This ribbon is a little fussy. Speaking of fuss, it's, what is it? Variegated ribbon. Variegated ribbon. That is really way bigger than I need it to be. Let's just play with it for a second. See, I like big, chunky ribbon bows. And then you're going to just cut down the tails, or as I like to call them, bow legs. I said that once. Never lived that one down. Okay, big chunky bow. Oh, I love a big chunky bow. And you can move it around if you need to. When I finally get it all said and done and the circle is over it, it's not going to be able to move around. It's going to stay put, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, ahead of time, I cut out a stitched circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. If you don't have these dies, you need these dies. They're amazing. They truly are the best. This circle measures about 2.5 round. Okay, and we're going to use, hold on. Like I said, it fell. I'm showing you there. We're going to use this designer series paper pattern. Say that 10 times fast. That has all the different animal images. And I love that we have a white bunny, a yellow bunny, a Cajun craze bunny. The turtle is so cute. I mean, I just love these images so much. Should we stick with the white bunny? You can see I think I did this on, let's stick with the white bunny. So I'm just going to cut him out so we can cut him out. And then you're going to see that I cut out one of the puddles. So I have to find a puddle. Let's find a puddle. There's this one. I think there's also one more in the middle, but I don't want to cut in the middle. So hold on. I got to do this over here. It's really hard to do like with my phone. Okay. And sorry, I forgot to grab this one. We need an umbrella. There's a bunch of different sizes and shapes and colors. I think we're going to stick with the blue theme. So I'm going to cut this balmy blue one out. I'm going to cut them, but first I got to get them off the paper. Okay. Our puddle, we're going to fussy cut. And I promise you can do this. The puddle is not anything intricate. There's also a stamped puddle image, but can I share something with you? I'm going to let you inside my brain for a second. It is not pretty. I'm going to tell you that right now. I am kind of silly. If I am using images from designer paper, I don't like to include, I got a little overzealous. Can I cover it? I'm going to cover that little snip. I'm going to have the bunny hopping over that. I just trimmed that too much. If I'm using images from designer paper, I don't like to include stamped images. I'm just kind of silly. When you fussy cut around the puddle below the bunny and then move the die around, you can cut the entire image with the die. Oh, this one? Oh, I guess I could do that. I didn't think about that. That's a good point. Thank you. I was brave when I cut the bunny. I only cut part way through, then fussy cut the puddle. I think that's what she's saying. That's really smart. But so there is a stamped puddle image, and that does coordinate with the die to cut it out. But I don't know. I'm really silly. If I'm using images from designer paper, I like to stay with that style and not mix in stamped images. So hence the fussy cutting out a puddle as opposed to just using the stamped puddle image. Listen, I said I was going to let you into my brain. I didn't say it was going to be pretty. Okay, here's my umbrella. I've never done that. That makes me really nervous to do on live camera. Let's see. That's another one you can fussy cut out. I didn't in any of them, but I was going to, but then it has a blue background and everything else has a white back. I don't know. I'm telling you. My brain doesn't always make sense. Okay, hold on. We're going to try what she said, what they said, because Karen said the same thing. Hold on. I got a little point there that's bothering me. Okay. We're going to save that just in case. So the Playing in the Rain dies has really fun dies. They cut out the bunny image, the fox image, the turtle image. You can cut clouds. You can cut the stump. It does cut out one of the umbrellas, the smaller umbrella here, the flirty flamingo umbrella. You can cut out a kite. Woo! Bow tie, some butterflies. So lots of like coordinating fun images that you can use with it. But for today, I'm just going to use that. Hold on. I got to get tissue. It wouldn't be Wednesday and my nose didn't start running. Oh my gosh, that was loud. Use the flowers for the inside. You can do anything live. Well, let's see first how it comes out, and then we'll comment on how well. So I'm assuming I'm going to do this and then just not run the die all the way through, right? Is that what we're doing? Can someone walk me through this? Because I'm doing this live and I don't know what I'm doing. No, I think I got it. I think we're good. I think. Hold on. Let me do it and then I'll tell you if it works or not. Let me do it and then I'll see if it works or not. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay. So what I did, and I don't know, these ladies can correct me, but what I did, you can loop the die around the leg. I don't understand that. Okay, well, what I did, I don't know. What I did is I only put my plates like right above the puddle. Like this, right? So that it would only cut up that far, and then I can fussy cut out this other little bit down here. That's what I did. So I just got to finish. I got to meet where that die cut. Oops. Which is over here. Like that. And then this. Oop, this almost got all the way cut. Just a little bit of a little bit around his shirt. Well, isn't that fun? I did not do that on my sample, but that was fun. Put the bottom of the die behind the paper. Oh, yes. I guess you could do. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Well, I did it that way. It works too like that. Okie dokie. So this guy, he's going to go down with dimensionals. You can put his ear. Well, now I have his puddle. I got to put one on his puddle. His water puddle. Okay. How are we on time? I have no idea. I put my phone on do not disturb. So if he came and called me, I would not know. That's okay. It's all good. I'm going to put him a little bit this way because then I'm going to have his umbrella coming out this way. What did I do with his umbrella? Oh, dear. I did cut it, right? There it is, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to have his umbrella kind of coming out like that. All sorts of fun. There is one of the umbrellas, some of these umbrellas, actually, no, they're all the same one, that have the puddle, have water like in them. So, which is really fun because you can kind of be holding the umbrella kind of out and collecting water. So cute. Using some mini dimensionals on his umbrella because it's pretty thin. Whoops, and the backings. Come off. Okay. Okie dokie. Get in there, get in there. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. To adhere this down, I used liquid glue because I wanted it to get like all sorts of in that ribbon and really give a good, oh, my liquid glue is running low. Give a good I wanted it to give a good seal, whatever that word is. Now's a good time to move your bow around if you need to. I was thinking about adding an embellishment, but I mean, we have these that have balmy blue on them. That's a lot of balmy blue, though. Thanks, Judy. Thank you, thank you. So all sorts have been cut up from my product share. Should we add some of these? I mean, like, why not, right? You know what? I'm gonna use that end. Sometimes it's easier to grab the sequins with the pokey side as opposed to the putty side. Kind of want him. Well, I don't have a choice. He's got to go up. Oh, come back. Get back here. Don't really like it there. I don't really like it there either. I don't like it there. I don't know. Guys, it's going there. The pink to match his cheeks and nose. Oh, I could. Oh, I already did blue. Sorry, I saw that too late. Too late. My bad. And then last but not least, I'm tucking the sentiment on the inside. I don't know why, but with this image and this one here, it's basically the same thing. I got all done and I was like, where do I put the sentiment? I didn't want it like hanging out here. I didn't want it down here. I was like, forget it. I'm just going to put it on the inside. And so here's the thing, right? Like, no one says that you have to have a sentiment on the outside. I mean, granted, that's usually what you do, but like, we don't have to live and craft according to rules that don't exist. So if you're designing and you're like, man, I can't find whatever, a good place for my sentiment, just put it on the inside. No harm done. Rainy days are better with you. Love that so much. Gotta take that off. And this is just 4 by 5 1/4. It's our standard inside. Well, what I normally do, 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. Okie dokie. There you have it. What do you think? Isn't that super fun? I love these images. They're so adorable, whether you want to make a bunny or where are my other ones? So with this one, I wanted to bring in a different ribbon. So I'd already used the blue. I had already used the black and white gingham. I wanted to bring something else in, but we didn't have any flirty flamingo ribbon. So for this one, what I did is I used our pale papaya, whatever it's called, pale papaya open weave ribbon. And I just took the dark flirty flamingo Stampin' Blends marker and I just colored it. You're going to be covered in ink, but it's a great way to get other colors out of our ribbon. I tried to make a black ribbon, but this just seemed like too black, too much, too dark. And it almost looks a little blue as opposed to black. So I didn't go with that. So basic, what did Karen say? Open gate or something like that. Gate card. I don't know. Something like that. It's a fun fold, but really like basic design. You can swap out any image for that, the image that's on the circle here with whatever you have on hand. Use your designer series paper. The important thing is just to have fun with it. Have fun with it. Come up with really fun creations, different ways to use mix and match paper with stamped images and all the things. So your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to make a card. To make this, I've given you the measurements. Go ahead and replicate it and get crafty. So the Playing in the Rain bundle, it's not available right now. I know. I just checked and it's due back the week of March 13th. So make sure you put it on your wish list. Keep an eye out for when it comes back in. Check out the online exclusive products and be sure to get your order in by the end, your $75 order in by the end of March to get that upgraded spiral bound catalog. It's well worth it. Your future self will thank your present self. JamieB.com is my catch-all link. You can order, you can join, you can get my newsletter, you can contact me. All my social media links are there. If you need to get a hold of me, that's what you should do. Okay, that wraps up today, everyone. I'm going to go check and get ready for my handyman to get here. Hopefully he hasn't come yet. And I will see you back next week. Same time, same place, everyone. Happy stamping and have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.